welcome to another edition of Main Media Sports. I'm Ian Lucas, and I'm sitting here with Raven Porter, a defender for the Lions soccer team. You're from just down the road in Fort Worth, Texas.
Yes, it's a long but quick hour and 30-minute drive.
Do you make it home a lot?
During the season, it's really hard, especially whenever we have, it's kind of like 2 weeks where we have a lot of games. So luckily, I don't live far, so my parents come here, so it kind of makes up for me going home. Now,
I was kind of curious about your middle name, Ciola. Is that a family?
Yes, actually, it's both my grandmother's names put together. Oh, wow. My mom's mother's name is Cecilia, and my dad's mother's name is Ola, so they put together and got Ciola.
That's pretty cool. What age did you start playing soccer?
I actually started kind of late. I never played whenever I was 3 or 4. I didn't start until I was about 8. My dad played baseball and my mom did dance, so nobody in my family knew about soccer. And a dad of one of my mom's students had a daughter my age, and he's like, look, all the girls are playing. I don't want Raven to be left out. You should let her play.
Yeah. You have another sibling? Is this correct?
Yes, I have a younger sister.
And no soccer there?
No, she played softball, but she didn't really want to go on to play collegiately. She wanted to do nursing, so she played in high school, and that was kind of her career.
So you said you were kind of pushed into soccer a little. Could you see yourself playing anything different?
Well, my dad had me in baseball, so I played with boys a lot. And my mom had me in dance, so they kind of had me in a mixture of both. And I also did competition cheerleading for a little bit. Oh, wow. And then I finally had to choose between going from soccer tournaments and jumping in the car and spraying hairspray and stuff. So all my friends were still doing soccer, so I was like, I'll just stick with it.
Yeah, and you played at Arlington Heights High School in Fort Worth, Texas. You played in high school. Did you play for any extra elite teams?
Yes, I played for the Sting Soccer Club.
The Sting Soccer Club, and what was that like? What age did you play that at?
I actually started with Sting in what we call as PALS, which is before you go into select. Mm-hmm. And so for me, whenever I started select, we went to the banquet, and they had this thing called the Sting Lifer Achievement, and it was awarded to people who stuck with Sting from PALS all the way to whenever they graduated. Okay. So I made that a goal for myself, and I stuck with Sting all the way to my senior year. And you actually got a couple of awards when you were at Arlington Heights High School, including a couple of scholarships, the Radio Shack and Superintendent Scholarship. How did that come about? Well, I knew that I wanted my parents to pay the least amount of money as they could. As we all do. I came across that, and it was just one of those things. I knew I'd been working hard on my academics so that I could get something other than a sports scholarship, and I came across that one and just went ahead and applied. Would you contribute any of that success to any particular thing as far as your scholarships went, as far as your academics and your sports career went? I would probably credit it to my mom. She was a teacher, and she just was always upfront with me and really honest. So most of what I applied for was help with her, pushing me you need to research it and, do it on your own, because that's how the real world is going to be when you're looking for a job and stuff. That's pretty good practice to have at an early age. You spent a little bit of time at Western Alabama in 2014. What was that like? That was definitely a new experience for me. It was the first time I was pretty much on my own. I was around 10 hours away from home. My parents couldn't see me as often, so going from having parents that were constantly there supporting me throughout, just always being a call away, and then being miles away was definitely hard, but I think that it helped me grow and mature a lot. Was it an easy was that a bigger university or? No, it's actually very similar to Commerce. The town is actually a little bit smaller. Commerce has a Walmart. Wow. We didn't have a Walmart there. So coming here, it wasn't too hard to transition. It was about the same, like I said, and even better because we have Walmart. So fairly easy transition from Western Alabama to Commerce. Yes. So how does that feel when you get those small towns and you come from a city like Fort Worth? How does that? That definitely is the harder transition because for me, mainly food options. Food plays a big role in my life. Are you a Taco Bell fan? I've grown to be, especially late at night. So the food options are a little bit more here than they were in Livingston, Alabama. So, and they're also a lot closer. And so, coming from a city where, there's a lot more options and a little bit more to do. Just finding stuff on campus was really how I adjusted. I realized like campuses that are smaller, they tend to have organizations like CAB that know that the town is small and doesn't have much to offer, so they want to offer student stuff. And so I had to get out of the kind of I'm too cool to go to school functions and actually attend some of those.
Now I got one more hard-hitting question for you. Ice cream or frozen yogurt?
Ice cream.
Ice cream. Well, thank you so much, Raven, for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Ian Lucas, Maine Media Sports.